Dear student, today we will see application of Gauss's theorem. The first application of the Gauss theorem is electric field intensity due to a line charge. All of you know about the line charge. When the charge is uniformly distributed along the line or length of the body, then we say the distribution is linear charge distribution or line charge distribution. Then when the charge is uniformly distributed over the length of infinitely long wire, then we have to find the electric field intensity due to this. In this case, the linear charge density, which is represented by lambda, equal to Q by A. That is charge per unit length. To find the intensity, we assume a point P which lie at a distance R from the charge body, and it is also perpendicular to its. Then you know that by the symmetry, it follows that the electric field intensity on all points lies at perpendicular distance R is same and directed outward. To took this distance R, we assume a cylindrical Gaussian surface whose radius is also R. And the length of this cylindrical Gaussian surface is L. Now, the direction of the electric field intensity at P is radially outward, and also when we took the small area element ds, its direction is also radially outward, and it is represented by unit vector n. Then the angle between the vector E and the unit vector n in the same direction, so theta equal to 0 degree. Therefore, electric flux through the curved surface of cylinder is phi E equal to integration over closed surface vector E dot vector ds, or phi e equal to integration over closed surface E ds cos theta, or phi e equal to integration over closed surface E ds cos 0 degree. Since E is constant and on every point on the curved surface area of cylinder, so it is out of the integration sign. Therefore, phi e equal to E into integration over closed surface ds. Here integration over closed surface ds equal to surface area of cylinder of length L and radius R. And you know that the curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi RL. Therefore, we can write phi e equal to E into 2 pi RL. Now, we calculate the flux through the edge of the cylinder. In case of the edge of the cylinder, the direction of the area element is horizontal to the wire and the direction of electric field intensity is vertically upward. That is, the angle between the vector E and the unit vector N is 90 degree. That is, cos theta equal to cos 90 degree equal to 0. Therefore, the flux through the edge of the Gaussian cylindrical surface is phi e equal to integration over closed surface E ds cos 90 degree. Since we know that cos 90 equal to 0 degree, therefore phi e equal to 0. Since the total flux through the cylinder is phi e equal to E into 2 pi RL. And you know that the charge enclosed in the surface area is Q is equal to lambda L. This equation comes from the concept, the linear charge density, lambda is equal to Q by L. This implies that Q is equal to lambda L. Now we use the Gauss theorem. According to Gauss theorem, the total electric flux passing through the Gaussian surface in a free space is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by that surface. That is, phi e equal to Q by epsilon naught. In place of Q, we put lambda L, then this equation becomes phi e equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Here we got the two equations of flux, that is phi e. First one is phi e equal to E into 2 pi RL. Second one, according to Gauss theorem, phi e equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Since in both equation left hand side is equal to each other, therefore right hand side must be equal to each other. So we can write E into 2 pi RL equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. This implies that E equal to lambda L by epsilon naught into 2 pi RL. Here L cancel out. Therefore, our final equation for electric field intensity E equal to lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught R. It is the equation for the electric field intensity due to a line charge. It's all for